If you think playing by the rules will earn you respect, you're already losing. In the ruthless game of power, predictability is your greatest weakness. It's the chain that binds you, the map your enemies use to destroy you. Niccolò Machiavelli, the master of strategy, knew this truth. To hold power, you must become a mystery, a shadow that no one can pin down. Those who are predictable are puppets, controlled, manipulated, discarded. But those who master unpredictability, they are the ones who write the rules. The question is, will you remain a pawn, or will you learn the art of chaos to claim your power? Ladies and gentlemen, let's unravel the 3 lessons Machiavelli left us to turn unpredictability into your ultimate weapon. In the arena of life, where every move is watched and every weakness exploited, being predictable is a death sentence. Machiavelli warned us, he who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. And commanding begins with defying expectations. Predictability makes you a target. It hands your rivals the script to your downfall. Think about it. The colleague who knows your routine, the competitor who anticipates your strategy, the friend who exploits your habits. They thrive because you've given them certainty. But certainty is control, and control in the wrong hands is your defeat. Machiavelli's genius lies in his understanding of human nature. People fear what they cannot predict. A prince who is erratic, a leader who shifts like the wind, a player who keeps others guessing, they hold the upper hand. Unpredictability is not chaos for chaos's sake. It's a calculated dance that keeps your enemies off balance and your allies in awe. Over the next few minutes, we'll dive deep into 3 lessons from Machiavelli that will transform how you navigate the game of power. These lessons aren't just philosophy, they're a blueprint for survival, a guide to bending the world to your will. Lesson 1. The Mask of Mystery. The first lesson is to wear the mask of mystery. Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." In the game of power, perception is everything. If your moves are an open book, you're as good as defeated. But if you cloak your intentions, you become untouchable. Let's look at history. Consider Cesare Borgia, Machiavelli's model prince. Borgia was a master of deception, charming allies with promises while secretly plotting their demise. His unpredictability made him feared. His motives a labyrinth no one could navigate. When rivals thought they had him figured out, he'd shift, allying with enemies, betraying friends, or vanishing into the shadows. The result? He controlled the board while others scrambled. Fast forward to today, the mask of mystery is more critical than ever. In a world where your every post, email, or step is tracked, predictability is a trap. Your digital footprint is a blueprint for betrayal. That colleague who knows you always pitch safe ideas in meetings, that rival who studies your predictable marketing campaigns, they're waiting for you to repeat yourself. But when you become unpredictable, when you vary your routines, obscure your goals, or shift your public persona, you create doubt. Doubt is power. It forces others to hesitate, to question, to fear. Let's make this practical. If you're in business, stop telegraphing your next move. Leak vague hints about a project, then pivot to something unexpected. If you're navigating social dynamics, don't always be the reliable one who shows up the same way. Surprise people with a new side of yourself, a bold opinion, or a sudden absence. Even in personal relationships, guard your deepest intentions. Share just enough to keep others intrigued, but never enough to give them leverage. The mask of mystery isn't about lying. It's about controlling the narrative. Let them guess. The less they know, the more they fear you. But here's the deeper truth. Wearing the mask requires sacrifice. You'll feel the urge to be transparent, to seek approval, to be understood. Resist it. Transparency is a luxury you can't afford in the game of power. The moment you bare your soul, you hand your enemies a dagger. Reflect on this. Who in your life knows too much about you? And how could that be used against you? The mask of mystery is your first defense, your first step toward invincibility. If you're ready to master the game of power, hit that subscribe button now and join us for more strategies to outmaneuver your rivals. Lesson 2. Chaos is your shield. The second lesson is that chaos is your shield. Machiavelli taught us that a prince must be both a fox and a lion, cunning to evade traps, fierce to strike fear. But in the 21st century, the battlefield has changed. Social media, cancel culture, and instant information have turned the world into a minefield. One wrong move, a predictable response, a habitual mistake, and you're exposed. Your reputation, your career, your power can vanish in a single viral moment. Let's look at a modern example. Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, Musk is a master of chaos. When analysts predict he'll follow a traditional CEO playbook, he tweets something outrageous, announces a wild new venture, or pivots Tesla's strategy overnight. His unpredictability keeps competitors guessing and the public hooked. When a short seller thought they had Musk cornered, he tweeted, "Funding secured" at $420, sending markets into a frenzy. Was it reckless? Maybe, but it was a shield, a chaotic move that disrupted his enemy's plans and kept him in control. Now consider the opposite, the predictable fall. Look at the influencer who lost everything over a scripted scandal, the executive taken down by a leaked email, the friend betrayed by a screenshot. They all fell because they were predictable. Their enemies knew exactly how they'd react, where they'd falter. But those who thrive, they're the ones who zigzag when others expect a straight line. They post unexpectedly, pivot strategies without warning, or vanish only to reappear stronger. Chaos shields you because it disrupts the plans of those who seek to control you. How do you wield chaos? Start small. In your career, don't always follow the expected path. Take a risk, propose an unconventional idea, or shift roles when others least expect it. On social media, break your pattern. If you're known for polished posts, throw in something raw or cryptic. If you're always online, go silent for a week, then return with a bold statement. In relationships, don't let others assume they know your next move. Surprise them with a new boundary or an unexpected act of strength. Chaos doesn't mean recklessness. It means keeping others off balance while you stay 3 steps ahead. But chaos comes with a warning. It's a double-edged sword. Too much and you risk alienating allies or losing credibility. The key is balance. Calculated chaos, not anarchy. Study your environment, identify the patterns others expect, and disrupt them strategically. Ask yourself, where am I too comfortable, too predictable? And how can I shake things up without losing my footing? Chaos is your shield, but only if you wield it with precision. Let's pause for a moment. Think about the last time you felt trapped by a rival, a situation, or even your own habits. What if the trap wasn't their strength but your predictability? What if the way out is to become the one thing they can't anticipate? Hold that thought, because the third lesson will take this even further. If these lessons are sparking a fire in you, subscribe to our channel for more insights to dominate the game of power. Lesson 3. The power of surprise. The third lesson is the power of surprise. Machiavelli wrote, "Fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under, it is necessary to beat and ill-use her." Harsh but true. Fortune favors the bold, the ones who strike when least expected. Predictability breeds complacency, yours and your enemies'. But surprise? It's a weapon that shifts the game in your favor. Let's go back to history. Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, was a master of surprise. When Rome expected her to submit, she arrived in a rolled-up carpet, unveiled herself before Caesar, and seduced him into an alliance. When rivals thought she'd crumble under pressure, she'd pivot, forming new partnerships, staging dramatic gestures, or vanishing to regroup. Her unpredictability wasn't just charm, it was strategy. She rewrote the rules, forcing others to play on her terms. Now, look at the modern world. Surprise is the currency of power. Think of Beyoncé dropping an unannounced album, shattering the music industry's playbook, and dominating headlines. Or Steve Jobs revealing the iPhone in 2007, when competitors expected just another phone. Or even that colleague who turned a meeting upside down with an unexpected proposal, stealing the spotlight. Surprise catches rivals unprepared, forces them to react on your terms. In the digital age, where attention is everything, An unexpected move, a bold post, a sudden rebrand, a calculated silence can catapult you to the top. But surprise requires discipline. You must study your opponents, anticipate their expectations, and then shatter them. It's not about random shocks, it's about timing and impact. For example, if you're launching a product, don't follow the usual PR cycle. Tease something vague, then drop it early. If you're in a conflict, don't respond the way others expect. Stay silent when they brace for a fight, or strike back when they think you're defeated. Let's get specific. If you're a creator, surprise your audience with a format they've never seen, a raw vlog instead of polished content, or a collaboration no one expected. If you're a professional, don't always play the safe card. Pitch a radical idea when others expect caution. In personal life, surprise those who underestimate you. Reveal a skill, set a boundary, or walk away when they think you'll stay. The power of surprise lies in its ability to redefine the game. But it demands courage, to defy expectations, to risk judgment, to stand alone. Here's the deeper challenge. Surprise requires self-awareness. You must know your own patterns before you can break them. Reflect on this. What habits define you? What do others assume about you? And how can you flip those assumptions to your advantage? The power of surprise isn't just about shocking others. It's about shocking yourself, rediscovering what you're capable of when you step outside the box you've built. The cost of unpredictability. Before we move to how you can wield these lessons, let's address the cost, because power always has a price. Unpredictability makes you a force, but it also makes you a target. Allies may distrust you, fearing your next move. Friends may drift, unsettled by your mystery. The world loves predictability. It craves the comfort of knowing what's next. When you defy that, you'll face resistance, judgment, even isolation. Machiavelli knew this. He wrote, "There is no avoiding war. It can only be postponed to the advantage of others. In the game of power, there's no avoiding conflict. Unpredictability invites it. You'll be called erratic, manipulative, even ruthless. But here's the truth. Those labels are the price of sovereignty. The predictable are loved, but they're controlled. The unpredictable are feared, and they're free. So how do you navigate this? Embrace the loneliness as part of the game. Surround yourself with a small circle of trusted allies, not friends who demand transparency, but partners who respect your mystery. And most importantly, trust yourself. Unpredictability requires confidence in your own judgment, because when you break the rules, you're often the only one who sees the bigger picture. Wielding the power, a blueprint for action. So how do you wield this power? It's time to embrace the 3 lessons and become the master of your own destiny. Let's break it down into a blueprint you can apply today. For the mask of mystery, start guarding your intentions. In meetings, don't reveal your full strategy. Drop hints, let others speculate. On social media, mix up your persona. Post something vulnerable one day, assertive the next. In relationships, stop oversharing. Let silence speak louder than words. Practice this daily. Before you act, ask, what would they expect? Then do the opposite. For chaos as your shield, disrupt your patterns deliberately. If you're known for consistency, take a bold risk, a new project, a sudden trip, a change in style. If you're in a competitive field, study your rivals' expectations and subvert them. Launch early, pivot unexpectedly, or stay silent when they expect noise. Make chaos your ally, but keep it strategic. Every move should serve your larger goal. For the power of surprise, plan one unexpected move this week. If you're a student, speak up in a class where you're usually quiet. If you're a professional, propose something radical in your next meeting. If you're a creator, drop content no one saw coming. Time it for maximum impact. When others are complacent, strike. And always study the aftermath. How did it shift the dynamic? Use that to plan. Your next surprise. Machiavelli's ultimate advice is this. The prince must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten the wolves. In the 21st century, this means mastering the art of unpredictability. Stop seeking approval. Stop following scripts. Stop being the pawn others expect you to be. Instead, become the enigma, the force that no one can predict or contain. Yes, it's lonely at times. The unpredictable walk a solitary path, trusted by few, understood by fewer. But that solitude is your strength. It's what makes you untouchable, unbreakable, unstoppable. If you want to stay ahead in this game, subscribe. Now and never miss a lesson in power. The long game, unpredictability as a way of life. Let's zoom out. Unpredictability isn't just a tactic. It's a mindset, a way of life. The world will always try to box you in to make you fit its patterns. Your job is to resist, to reinvent, to evolve. Think of the greats. David Bowie, who shape-shifted through personas, never letting fans or critics pin him down. Or Sun Tzu, who wrote, "In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity." Unpredictability is your opportunity, to outmaneuver, to outlast, to outshine. But this mindset requires discipline. You must train yourself to see patterns, yours and others, and break them intentionally. Start a journal, track your habits, note where you're too comfortable, and plan one unpredictable act each week. Study your environment, who's watching, who's waiting for you to slip, and most importantly, embrace the discomfort. Unpredictability feels unnatural at first, like stepping into a storm. But with practice, it becomes your nature, your edge, your power. Let's reflect one last time. Who in your life benefits from your predictability? What systems, work, relationships, society, keep you in a box? And what would happen if you broke free, if you became the one they could never predict? Hold that image, you unshackled, rewriting the rules, bending fortune to your will. That's the power Machiavelli saw, the power you can claim. Closing, the mirror of truth. We've reached the end, but the truth lingers like a shadow. In the game of power, predictability is surrender. Unpredictability is sovereignty. The three lessons from Machiavelli, mystery, chaos, surprise, are your weapons, but they come at a cost. You'll be misunderstood, feared, even resented. Yet, in that fear lies your power. The world will try to box you in, to make you conform, to make you predictable, but you are not a pawn. You are the player, the one who bends fortune to your will. As you face the mirror tonight, ask yourself, are you ready to break the chains of expectation, to embrace the chaos that sets you free? Power is not given, it's taken by those bold, enough to defy, to surprise, to become the unknown. Until next time, remember this. In the labyrinth of life, the unpredictable don't just survive, they rule. And when the silence settles, only you will know the truth of who you've become.